Right. Hey everybody. Well, this is second long video. Checking back in after the first video, and yeah, excited to be doing this again. But real quick, just a couple things before we get started, in case somebody's watching for the first time. This is Flip the Script. My journey. You're following me on my journey into professional transformation, and I guess personal transformation for that matter. So if you're just joining, basically what I've decided to do was I'm going to be kind of recreating myself professionally, and I'm going to do it publicly. So as I go through whatever I'm about to go through, I'm sharing it. So this is part two. My first video, check it out, talks about kind of that. The next thing is, this is video two, which means I sent out the first video, and I just want to quickly talk about what's happened since then. I've got a ton of feedback. The video's gotten 100 and almost 20 views right now. I've had some in France and Belgium. I'm like, I'm everywhere now, but just one, so in those countries. But still, how crazy. But not only that, I mean, that's exciting to know that it's moving around. But it's really been the feedback. I've heard from a lot of people already, and one of the things that this is about is vulnerability. And my prediction is kind of correct. By simply doing this and sharing, and being honest, other people are feeling inspired with vulnerability. So cool. That excites me, and that's part of what I wanted to create. I also got a call last night from a good friend of mine who saw the video and just super excited. But what he said to me was that he had been playing with an idea for a long time and had all these stories floating in his mind around why he shouldn't, he doesn't have enough of this or enough of that, or whatever it may be. And he watched my video and he was like, I'm completely inspired to go do this thing. I want to go interview leaders and talk to them. And I've been thinking about that for so long, but all these stories have gotten in my way, and I'm completely inspired. So wow, that's awesome. And I know that I've been inspired in that way by so many, and that I can do something to help out this way. So today, the title of this video is "What is it?" Another thing I've heard from people from posting my first video is, "That's awesome, it's great, I'm feeling inspired, but what is it that you're doing that we're following you on?" So I wanted to talk a little bit about that today and give everybody a sense of where I'm going with this. So um, it itself is me taking a proactive approach to restructuring my kind of professional existence, right? I have a great career, I've had a good career, but I've also been on a certain path that just keeps leading me in a certain direction, and that internal intuitive hit of like, this just isn't me getting all of me into the world, that I'm kind of being put into a box professionally. That's great, but I've been on this train for a while, and this train's going in a direction that I want to transition out of. Now, it's not going to happen overnight, but the transitioning out of it. So I'm going to be more specific. So my mission here is to be a catalyst, promoting personal, professional, and organizational transformation. I am fixated on this idea of transformation. I think that all humans, if you sit down and talk to somebody long enough and you get into their world, there's some sort of transformation that they long for, that they're wanting. If I could do this a little differently, or deep inside, I know when I go home at night, I'm not always showing up as the parent I might want to be, but so again, I don't know why I'm bringing that up about the parent you want to be, but the point is something. You're as a parent in a relationship, at work, how you're showing up. There's probably some level for most people of there's something you'd like to change. There's something you'd like to do differently, and that's where I want to promote. I want to be a catalyst in that space, right? So I'm going to share with you my definition of transformation, which is something that I was thinking about the other day and came up with. This may or may not resonate for you, but, well, I hope it resonates for you. I don't know why I said that. I hope it resonates for you. So here's my definition of transformation. So to identify what's holding you back and consciously break out of that, and then take the courage and responsibility to consciously build what you want once you've been free of the old way. So that's my sense of transformation, right? So to think about it in a conscious way, to be honest with yourself about what's working, what's not working, what you'd like to see different, and to first use the courage to look at that scary, but to push through that. The second piece then is to consciously, I said it again, consciously decide, well, what do you want? What do you want to see in your world? What would you prefer? What's the optimal state? And to really address the things that are getting in your way and creating that. That's transformation. And that's what I want to promote here with this. I've been passionate about this my whole life. I think it's just part of who I am. Um, but over the last 10 years, I've definitely done a ton with that. I've done my work. I continue to do work, but I've therapy, starting to talk about things and understand what's going on, putting that out there. Feedback, listening to what you're hearing when the world is responding to us, and it's just like, oh, those gut checks where you want to throw your defenses up and say F you, but really there's something to be heard there. Listening to that stuff and saying, well, what do I want to take from this? And just some great support that I've had in my life around that, right? So that's what this is, and that's what I want to create. So the goal is that I want to, the work here, right? So I told you kind of what the mission is, but what's that look like? What am I going to be creating that you're going to witness? So this is really a transition, a professional transition for me. And here's what I see. I see myself becoming a speaker, so getting into public speaking, vlogging, which I'm doing now, but starting to do vlogs around just this idea of transformation, both professionally and personally, coaching, facilitating, consulting. Not only am I really interested in personal transformation, but I'm also specifically interested in organizational transformation and organizations really becoming places that people can thrive and grow in. I think there's a lot of great stuff happening. I think there's a long way to go. This is a space that I do sit in professionally now. And I think people changing is kind of the key to that. I think as people become more conscious, aware, awake, we can change our organizations, how we treat each other, how we design our organizations. And let's be real, the best organizations, the ones that are winning, are doing this the best, right? So to take it all back together, flip the script is me stepping up the plate to do the exact same thing that I want to inspire others to do, transformation. And part of this whole journey is you're going to witness me stepping into that as well. And with all the things that are happening. So I'm doing this, right? And you're going to watch it. All right, so let's see. We're 7.5 minutes in. I want to keep this shorter. So I just want to say thank you again for all the support. Also, if you think there's more questions, if you have some questions about this, if you have something you want to know, please respond. Either hit me up on Twitter or here on this channel, on the YouTube channel. Ask a question. I think that's great. That's what spurred this one, so I can continue if things are coming up for you or some questions. But I'll be continuing with this, talking more about what I've been doing, what's been going on. But I wanted to get that out today. Also, follow me. The biggest thing right now, I think, is follow me on Twitter. If the rest, I can connect to you from there. But Twitter, it's at FLP the THE script, SCRIPT. Again, follow me at Flip the Script. I'm going to put a little something down below here. Yeah, but so let's see. I'm going to check out of this video. Still feeling really excited. When I first started, it was kind of manic. I was really it was just so much intensity and really excited about kicking it off. That's coming down a little bit, which is cool, but I'm still feeling really energized and focused on this. And the other thing that I felt was just kind of the day after I did that first video was a little bit of like, oh shit, I did that video. I said I'm going to do all this stuff. Now what? And setting up, just reeling around like, okay, social media, where do I need to do this? What do I need to do it on? And just remembering just to bring it in, just one foot in front of the other. So that seems to be chilling out a little bit too. Every day, just focused on doing a little bit as far as communicating and promoting out. And but really just overall a lot of joy and excitement about this and the feedback. So thank you, everybody. You'll be hearing from me soon, and I look forward to any sort of feedback you want to share with me. Bye-bye.